Following God at 16 years old is different because I've realized something. If I want the life that I want, I can't keep living the same way as everybody else, as all my friends. The life I want requires a different path. A lot of people my age are comfortable scrolling, playing games, distractions, going to parties, drinking, doing things they're not supposed to, not really thinking about the future. And I'm not saying I'm better than them. I'm not saying I'm better than anybody. I'm not. But something in me started to change when I started following God at 16. I've started feeling convicted about things I used to ignore. Things that I used to feel normal didn't feel normal anymore. And it felt like I was being called to live differently, to think differently, to move differently, to become somebody different. And there's a moment in the Bible where God speaks to a young man named Jeremiah. And God tells him this: "Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I set you apart and I appointed you for a purpose." But Jeremiah responds like this, y'all, and I feel like I talk to God the same way sometimes. He says this: "Lord God, I don't know how to speak. I'm only a youth." And God answers him: "Do not say I'm only a youth. You will go where I send you and speak whatever I command you. Do not be afraid of anyone, because I am with you and I will protect you." And that moment hits me differently because it shows someone young, feeling unqualified, feeling unsure, feeling like they're not ready, but still being called anyway, still being set apart anyway, still being sent. And honestly, I relate to that because at 16, following God, you can feel like you're different in ways you can't explain to people. You start thinking differently than people around you. You start feeling convicted about things others don't even care about. Like they willfully do these things and know that they're bad and don't care about them. And you start realizing some things you used to do don't align with the person you want to become. And sometimes that can feel lonely because not everybody understands it. Not everybody is thinking like that. Not everybody is trying to change, but I've realized something. When God calls you to live different, it's not always going to feel comfortable. If it was comfortable, everybody would be living different. Everyone would be wanting to change. Everybody would be wanting to lock in. But they don't. And it will separate you. It will change you. It will force you to grow faster than most people your age. In my own testimony of this, when I was like 15, I went to church. I was following God, I thought I was picking up my cross, but I was being a hypocrite. Because I went to church, on Sundays, and throughout the week I lived a completely different life. I was following God one day, and thinking I was following God the rest, but I was just living in the world. And God was, changing me and building me and holding me accountable in those times, but I was being a hypocrite, y'all. Like, you gotta pick up your cross. When you turn to God and you realize that you need to change, you need to change. Like, God is powering the vehicle that you're driving. You gotta drive it. And so as I move forward at 16, I don't claim to have everything figured out, but I do know who I'm choosing to follow. I've learned that following God isn't about being perfect. We're unclean. God makes us clean. It's also about getting back up every time you fall and staying close to Him through it all. If you're watching this and you feel lost or stuck, just know you're not too far gone. Because literally, I was at the gym yesterday. I was like, dang, bro, I literally got no friends except for like probably, two real ones. And it's tough. Because freshman year, I had a lot of friends. I felt like the whole school knew me, bro. I had a lot of friends, and then God set me apart. Boom. They went from 100 to 2. And it's, tough. But I'm glad He did that. And I believe God is still writing something greater than I can see right now. So y'all have a great day. Peace.